But speaking of new ways to play,
Ooh.
I went to play Nintendo.
Ah, I'm so
Tour
jelly.
2016. They had a little play Nintendo arena of sorts. I don't know how you would say it, how
Yeah.
you would I don't even know what you would say. But it was out in the rotunda of the Mall of America, so this big, huge area with a big screen and all of that, between Barnes and Noble and Starbucks, where I
Yeah.
work right now part time,
It's probably a
and
Pokestop, isn't it?
Starbucks.
No, the Rotunda.
I actually don't think so. I do
Really
have some notes
interesting.
on where Pokestops are. There, the SpongeBob statue
Yeah, yeah.
right across from the Rotunda is one. The SpongeBob fountain, I mean,
I'm kind of
there's
surprised though that it isn't, just because of how it's pretty like, recognizable, pretty like
yeah.
a lot of events happen there, a lot of
Yeah,
people
it's the Mall of
recognize it.
America has some weird Pokestops where it's like, why is this place one but
Uh,
not this one?
yeah.
I was expecting, like the Microsoft store to be one, which would be awkward, but no, it wasn't. But it's weird, like what? Because then I think there's like a ride or something or some sort of bar that's a gym, and then some of the rides in the Universal or in the Nickelodeon universe are Pokestops, but some rides aren't. So it's weird that not all of them are.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's
Interesting.
it's tricky because the GPS is also a little. It's kind of hard to map in there, so it doesn't completely know where you are because if it's syncing up with maps and stuff, it'll just think that you're in one location. But as you walk around the mall, your character's kind of like, wait, what's going on? Because I'm in this one address still, but it's
Right.
all different. So, but they had Play Nintendo there. Really neat. If you find it near in a city near you, you can go ahead and go check it out. I went, and the interesting thing that I noted from it, though, I mean, we won't make this its own snippet as we get into the house cleaning here, beyond the VR snippet and all that. But what is interesting to know is they had the whole "there's no play like it" advertising all over the place,
Hmm.
but they had no Wii U there.
Right.
And what was interesting was this is not Play Nintendo the 3DS stop
Uh-huh.
or
Yeah.
Play Nintendo the 3DS push or Play Nintendo 3DS Focus or the 3DS side or and there's a Wii U one
Yeah,
also
yeah.
touring or whatever. Like
Uh-huh.
this is Play Nintendo complete. This is what they're taking everywhere, and there's no Wii U, and their whole stage is a 3DS. All the games are 3DS games, and it made me just think they did have the Vans shoes there and the Vans backpacks and T-shirts and stuff, but everything else was 3DS and focused on that. And it just made me think the whole theory we have that the 3DS may have a longer life cycle than we think, and that it may all be cartridge based and be connected to the NX, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why that's their focus for the year, over something like the Wii U.
Yeah.
I think something like this confirms it because this is going to be going on for the rest of
Well, and
2016.
also I bring up again that the actual thing that there's no play like it is a 3DS or slash 2DS sort of scheme that they
Mhm.
have that all morph into, and just they really like how the new 3DS I think uses those Famicom colors, the Super Famicom, and like
Mhm.
so I can see that. I think that I mean their whole brand new logo that they're using is 3DS, 2DS. It's all about that. And I could see also that the tour is like on the go. It's like a tour, so 3DS does kind of make sense with a
Yeah,
moving
that's the thing though.
place.
Is that I
But
thought that too, but the way the things they have set up, there's no reason to not have a Wii U there. Like they have
right, yeah,
these huge screens and demos, and even like little Mario Karts that you can sit in,
yeah.
and like you're racing in them. And
Hmm.
then they have the 3DSs hooked up to screens to have them displayed. I just don't understand.
Well,
Like,
isn't it also kind of interesting to think about how, like, was it a year or two ago? Like, I think it was 2 years ago when Smash Bros was going crazy and they had all the screens out for playing demos of Super Smash Bros on screens, and we were like, please make some sort of adapter, or
mhm.
hopefully we can play the 3DS one on the TV while we wait. And I think that like when it showed that there was a 3DS and Wii U connection, a lot of people and us, or at least me, I speculated that there was going to be some sort of link up. Like, why not? Why would they not allow us to play on the big screen for a little bit? And then it was kind of the argument of, well, then you're not going to want to really buy the Wii U one as much if you can just play the 3DS one on the big screen. You know, a lot of people might just go for the cheaper route and just keep it that way. So there is that argument. However, I just think that it's interesting that we continue to see these displays of TVs running like capture carded, I guess, 3DSs, but I just kind of wonder if they are working on or trying to figure out the technology to somehow make it so that people can play those experiences on the TV because it just seems like they work really well. Like I saw that huge screen that you sent me a picture of all the Mario Karts that people were playing,
Yeah.
and it just seems like a lot of these 3DS games seem to work just fine on a big screen, and if they do the
Yeah.
NX this route, it would be brilliant. I think a brilliant move. I think that people would freak out again for Nintendo that wow,
Yeah.
they're actually letting us play our 3DS games on this new console. Everybody can play them on the big screen. People are taking Snapchats of wow, I'm playing Pokemon Sun and Moon on my HD TV. I think
Yeah.
yes,
And then, I
yes,
mean, and
do it.
combine that with the fact that there's just such a big library of 3DS games, even more so than the
A
Wii U.
vast, vast library.
Vast, yeah, the vast library. Yeah. I think the tour 2016 of Play Nintendo is to push the 3DS and enter into the NX era of those like these cartridges and stuff. It seems like that's the focus.
Yeah,
When you go to something like this, it doesn't seem like it's dying. It doesn't seem like a farewell tour. It seems like buy these now and get this library built up because when you have the NX, it's going to be awesome. Which makes me
yeah,
think they would have just gone ahead and pushed that. They don't need to show off the console, but they can at least say it will be cartridge based and the 3DS games are coming.
yeah. It
But
is. It's interesting because I think that I remember the last time that Play Nintendo had gone to Minneapolis and you'd seen it. I believe you'd seen it, and it was like Wii U's I believe were there, and it was like Mario Kart 8 promotion. I thought instead of Mario
yeah,
Kart 7. It's like interesting that they're promoting Mario Kart like 7 for the 3DS when it's like years and years old, and Mario Kart 8
yeah.
is obviously a lot better
Yeah,
than Mario
I
Kart
remember
7.
Dream Team at the old one, like Mario and Luigi Dream Team. I think was at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other Play Nintendo.
Uh-huh.
They've had lots of old because they used to have Splatoon there actually. Yeah, so they had Splatoon at the Mall of America. I've seen that. I don't know if it was part of Play Nintendo or if it was part of just a general let's
Yeah.
bring Splatoon because sometimes they just do that. They just bring Nintendo games there.
Yeah, Splatoon had a whole tour, I believe, because it was like
Yeah,
really trying to aim towards the kids and getting people to come out with like water guns and do little fights and stuff. It was a pretty
yeah,
cool little tour to promote that game. Um, but yeah, it just seems very interesting that they last time they did it, it was a lot of I think more mix of Wii U and 3DS, and now it's basically like the Wii U's kind of just dead now, and the 3DS is still doing fine. It also is like has sold about 5 times more than the Wii
yeah,
U basically. So
yeah,
there's that.
and then with
Everybody has a 3DS that like is going to be playing a console or a Nintendo. If you are a fan of Nintendo, I guess you most likely do own a 3DS. There is the chance that you don't own a Wii U. I would argue. You know.
yeah, yeah, you can be a diehard Nintendo fan. I think have skipped out on the Wii U
Yeah, for sure.
for whatever reason.